going on, guys? I'm Dylan, and today I'm going to give you a tour of Wolfpack Games headquarters. You might know us for our video game, Rockwest, which was at the NC State FEDD fair. So let's see what's going on in there. As you can see, the team's hard at work. We've got Matthew doing some programming and building the game. We got Cameron here doing some test running of the game. And we've got Joey, Matthew's roommate. He's doing something. So that's all we got for the headquarters. And today we're going to give you a look on how the engineering process went behind Rockwest.
Some of the questions we asked ourselves before starting off were identifying the age group that this game would cater to, how the educational aspect of the game was going to be integrated into the actual game, how long the game would be, the level of difficulty, and so on. One other thing we wanted to have in the game is a review section, which would help the students learn and grasp the information better.
Next up was the Imagine stage. In this stage, we were somewhat limited due to our choice of software that we chose to make the game on, which was Scratch. We knew there were a few types of games you could make on Scratch, one of which was the platformer, so we decided to go with the platformers, similar to how the original Super Mario Bros. Games were. We imagined our game appealing to our target market, which was for elementary age kids, so we wanted to incorporate lots of color and have a cartoony looking map. We imagined our game having 3 different locations, or 3 different scenes, one for each rock type, a mountainous map for the metamorphic rock type, an ocean map for the sedimentary rock type, and a volcano map for the igneous rock type. We also want to keep the player engaged by incorporating fun obstacles and other interactive parts within the map.
After deciding on using Scratch as the software to make our game, the plan was to make a room-based platformer, so the adventurer would navigate from room to room collecting one rock in each room, and have a color-based collision system that would define what each platform or object in the game was in relation to the main character. And each person would design specific levels, keeping these in mind, and we would go through and combine them all to make our game.
After we had imagined and planned our game, it was time to start creating it. We used Scratch's online system to implement our code on each of the various sprites in our game. We used a system of continuous testing throughout the development of our game. In this way, we could refine certain features and remove bugs before moving on to other aspects. We faced several challenges throughout the development of our game. Initially, we wanted to use GameMaker as our development environment. However, upon beginning creation in this software, we quickly discovered that it would not be a good fit for our project. Therefore, we decided to switch development into Scratch. Our greater prior experience with this platform allowed us to be much more confident when creating our game. However, this shift of platform came with another challenge. We had initially envisioned a side-scrolling form of platformer, but this idea proved to be too difficult to implement given Scratch's constraints. As a team, we came together and brainstormed once again, arriving at the solution of using a multi-room system rather than a scrolling camera.
Our project fared well in competition during FEDD, placing 3rd overall in the educational computer games at the afternoon section. And everyone that came over to play our game seemed to enjoy it, and it was a lot of fun competing and getting to share our creation with everyone.
One thing we would do differently would be getting more acquainted with the options of development environments. This would have given us more clarity about how we wanted to approach the development process. Starting the game development earlier is also something we would have liked to do. This would have given us more time to fix any post-development bugs/errors and further improve the game. More peer testing would have given us more feedback about the game, which would in turn help us enhance the user experience of the game.
The piece of advice I would give to next year's freshman class would be to research your project thoroughly before beginning construction.
A piece of advice I would give to the next freshman class would be to get started on the project early so you have enough time to roll out a good final product.
Some advice I'd give to next year's freshman class would be to keep up with the timeline and meet all your deadlines on time so that you don't get too much work stacked up, and also to prepare for judges asking you questions at the actual competition.
My advice to next year's freshman class is to establish good communication with your team early on to make sure that you guys are able to meet all your deadlines.